Weirdest last meals on death row. Imagine that you're having the last meal of your life. You'll probably get a double cheeseburger or the most expensive steak. But there are people who ate the weirdest last meals on death row. These meals are so bizarre that they'll actually make you wonder that why would someone do that? So, make sure to watch this video till the very end to find out what are the 10 weirdest meals people ate on death row, and make sure to subscribe. Number 1. Pile of dirt. Yes, a prisoner actually requested to eat a pile of dirt for his last meal. His name was James Edward Smith. He didn't wish for a lavish meal and wanted something really gross for the last meal of his life, hence the dirt. But the prison didn't really accept this request and instead gave him a cup of yogurt, which he obviously ate. It is believed that Smith was asking for Raykunda dirt, which is used in voodooism. He wanted to mark his body with the dirt so he wouldn't stay on the earth as a ghost. But after having yogurt as his last meal, Smith warned the prison staff that his ghost will haunt this prison. Now that sounds not just weird, but scary. Number 2. Olive. Victor Fajour shocked the prison staff when he made a very weird meal request before his execution. Victor wanted his last meal to be just one olive that hasn't been pitted yet, so the staff provided him the olive. Once he was executed, the pit of olive was found in his pocket, and some people even say that the staff buried him with the pit so a plant could grow out of his grave. But an olive is a rather bland and lifeless choice for a last meal, for sure. Number 3. Cup of coffee. Would you want your last meal to be a plain cup of coffee? Weirdly, Wuornos had black coffee for her last meal. She waited for 10 years in death row and was then executed on October 9th, 2002. Another weird thing about her execution is that her last words were, "I'll be back," like Independence Day. Even a movie named Monster was made about her, and it won an Oscar. But anyways, the coffee still sounds like a bad idea for a last meal. Number 4. Burgers, omelette, ice cream, and pizza. Lawrence Russell Brewer was a death row prisoner, and he made a massive last meal request that the authorities had to fulfill. The request comprised of chicken fried steaks, triple meat bacon cheeseburger, barbecued meat, Pizza Hut meat lovers pizza, Bluebell vanilla ice cream, peanut butter fudge, root beers, and a lot more. But the strange thing was that after the meal was presented in front of Lawrence, he refused to eat and said that he wasn't hungry. So all the food was wasted, and the Texas prison law since changed for last meal requests. Number 5. Bottle of caramel. Adolf Eichmann was a senior Nazi officer, and during his execution, he was also offered a last meal. But Eichmann didn't wish for a special meal and just wanted a bottle of caramel, which is a very dry Israeli wine. He even drank half of the wine before his execution and left the other half. Out of all the things he could have had for his last meal, I can't believe he picked wine. Number 6. Radishes. Steven Anderson was executed in California at the age of 49, and his last meal was standard. It included grilled cheese sandwiches, cottage cheese, peach pie, chocolate ice cream, and corn mixture. But he actually asked for something to finish his meal off, and this request was actually pretty weird. Steven wanted lots of radishes to finish off his last meal. He actually got it, and hence the last thing he ate in this world were radishes. Number 7. 29,000 calories. Another death row prisoner named Gary Carl Simmons had an elaborate menu in mind for his last meal. It consisted of everything from sausage to pepperoni to pizza and to milkshakes and ice creams. The meal even included a huge bag of Doritos and 10 packs of Parmesan cheese. This meal might sound a lot, but Gary ate most of it, and do you know that this meal had a total of 29,000 calories? But who cares about weight when you're having the last meal of your entire life, right? Number 8. Jolly Ranchers. Gerald Lee Mitchell was executed in Texas back in 2011, and his last meal request was really weird. He didn't want lavish meals or steaks and didn't have a long list either. He just requested for one thing, and it pretty much shocked everyone. Gerald wanted Jolly Ranchers candy to be his last meal, and he specifically asked for the bag of Jolly Ranchers to be assorted so he could eat all the flavors one last time. It might not be the ideal meal for you, but Gerald had a pretty satisfying and yet weird last meal. Number 9. Ice cream. Can you eat just ice cream for your last meal? Nothing to top it off with? Well, that's what Timothy McVeigh did. He was executed in Indiana, and he made a weird request for his last meal to just be ice cream. He wanted 2 pints of the most delicious mint chocolate chip ice cream, and he didn't want anything else to eat except for the ice cream. He even ate it completely before his execution. Timothy was involved in several terror attacks and was one of the most wanted criminals in the U.S., and for a man of such caliber, such a simple meal sounds kind of unsatisfying. Number 10. Roast duck. Marion Albert Pruitt is yet another death row prisoner who had a very long list for his last meal. Initially, he just wanted to have roasted duck, but he had his doubts and thought that the prison staff won't cook it fresh for him. So instead, he requested to share a meal with his inmate, consisting of Pizza Hut stuffed crust pizza, Burger King Whoppers, French fries, eggplant, fried okra, and pecan pie. The duo ate the whole meal, and both were executed the same day. But what a filling and scrumptious last meal they had. So which of these last meal requests sounded weirdest to you? Tell us in the comment section. Also, make sure to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit the bell icon to get the latest updates. We'll see you in the next video. Till then, adios from our side.